Yo, what is going on, you magnetic mudkip? I almost got that one correctly the first time around. Oh well. Today playing some games with the new Decidueye build. It is Decidueye Inteleon, and now the other build of Decidueye, the Snorlax heavy Rosa build, is still doing well. I've been seeing that build being played as well and doing just fine, but this is the build that's kind of the new take on Decidueye that has been absolutely killing it lately. So this is the one I wanted to play some games with today. So yeah, Decidueye Inteleon. So it's the same old Decidueye with Deep Forest camo, can't be hit by Vs or GXs, got that splitting arrow, grass colors for 90 damage, 22 to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. But then you have the Inteleon line in here, you know, 4 Sobble, 3 Decidueye with the Shady Dealings, search our deck for a trainer card, and then 2 of the Inteleon with the quick shooting, and 1 of the Inteleon with the Shady Dealings, but the more powerful Shady Dealings. And that's like the support lineup in the deck now, because you can get to this Decidueye. It can really help you find the combo you need to get a Decidueye out, or to even just find like a draw supporter for the turn or something like that. And then you have this one with the quick shooting to kind of draw your prize cards faster, and also like get rid of those threats that your opponent maybe has built up in play, like baby Volcanions or stuff like that. And any of those kind of shenanigans you can take out with quick shooting plus the splitting arrow. And then we have one of these in here as well with Shady Dealings to search for just 2 trainer cards to help us, you know, once again, just set up Decidueyes or whatever we might need on the turn. It's really nice. And we still have 1 Snorlax in here. It's not like the 2 Snorlax build that was we use Snorlax all the time in the other, like the tag call build or whatever. But we do still have the 1 Snorlax in here. It's just useful, super useful early on to help set up initially. So that's really nice as well still. And then the rest of the list is just a bunch of stuff that you play in Decidueye. I like the one thing that I think is really cool about the list is like all the one-of supporters you play, because you do play the Shady Dealings. It's easy to find them when you need them. You have to 1 Erica's, 2 Research, 3 Marnie, 2 Rosa, 1 Mount Lana, 1 Caitlyn Cynthia, 1 Boss. We have the 2 big Parasol in here to help us in the Shadow Rider matchup, because that Astral Barrage is actually really tough for us to deal with if we don't have something like Big Parasol on our Decidueye. So with the Big Parasol, protect our Decidueye from the Astral Barrage, and then we can beat Shadow Rider pretty handedly as long as we're able to set up, which can always be one of the things that can be a little bit scary about Decidueye. We get Marnie and then kind of just don't draw anything and then lose the game, but it doesn't happen that often. And yeah, that is the build. Decidueye's pretty scary right now if no one's playing Answers, which I feel like a lot of people just aren't playing Answers for Decidueye. Pretty easy for it to take dubs. Let's get into some games. All right, getting into our first one, and these games might be fast because once our opponent sees, you know, us actually physically get out a Decidueye, they might just concede, because I mean, it's pretty good once you get out a Decidueye. You beat a lot of decks kind of straight up on that turn. So we got the Snorlax start, which is great. We also have a Marnie and a Research to back. This hand is actually really, really good. I don't know if I'll Research the hand away. I kind of like the Scoop Up Net, especially depending on the matchup. Scoop Up Net's super important. I'm not going to bench either of these either. I guess no one really plays Escape Rope anymore. I was going to say to kind of play around Escape Rope, but no one really plays Escape Rope anymore, so maybe to play around Reset Stamp I should put both them in play. But we are up against Eternatus, which is a really good matchup, and double Rowlets off the rip is super good. Energy Spinner. I'm gonna go ahead and grab just 1 here because I am gonna play this Marnie here because I do want to see some more cards, and I don't want to play the net yet or lose the draw supporter really either by playing Research to lose Marnie. So we Marnie get the Research back into the deck. Candy Decidueye already set up in the hand. Go ahead and throw down a big Parasol on one of these Rowlets, and then just go ahead and Gourmandize. Get a couple extra cards to work with here. Nothing too ridiculously good. I guess we can get out another Candy Decidueye next turn though, and then play the Marnie. So actually that's not that bad, right? We can go Level Ball, Drizzile, Evolution Incense, play the Incense, get the Decidueye, Candy Decidueye, and then yeah, we're good to go. We're set up just great. Here comes that Eternatus, but unless they got a Marnie to back it up, which actually they definitely could. They do have a Marnie to back it up, then could get a little bit scared. That's what I was saying, like in the when we were talking about the list, going over the list, whatever. Whenever your opponent just throws on a Marnie and takes a knockout, it can always be a little bit scary because sometimes you just don't draw anything. Slowking VMAX. Our opponent's playing Eternatus VMAX, Slowking VMAX, the deck. The question is, do they have a knockout on my Snorlax? There's a Crobat for 4, so they got something. I wonder why they even took the Slowking then. They probably should have left the Slowking and drawn the extra card. 3, they need 2 more Pokemon, or they're actually not even gonna get the KO on my Snorlax. But they could actually also just hit it for 120 and then Goon Ping it later. That's what I would do personally. Unless they don't want to let me draw more cards off that Gourmandize, I guess. That would be like the only thing. Yeah, Dreadent for 90. So unless they play 4 Goons, which they probably don't because it is the Weavile build. So you got to fit that in there somehow. All right, Candy Decidueye. I'm going to go ahead, like I said, Level Ball for the Drizzile. Oops, that's not Drizzile. That's a Sobble. Drizzile. Drizzile here. Grab the Evolution Incense. There it is. Play the Evolution Incense. Grab another Decidueye. Candy out this Decidueye. So double Decidueyes. Turn 2 is pretty absurd. Marnie, if we get Scoop Up Net and can, you know, start attacking this turn, that's great. If not, it's really not that big of a deal. We are more than set up enough to be going from here. Go ahead and Calm. Gonna go ahead and get another Rowlet, I think. And then, I mean, may as well try and set up another Decidueye if we can. We might need it. Who knows? They haven't... This is the point where it's like, they haven't conceded yet. That means they probably have some kind of answer to Decidueye. So they haven't conceded yet. So they probably have some kind of answer to Decidueye, which means we need to prepare to take down whatever that might be. Or they maybe just haven't, you know, got to that point yet. Maybe they're thinking through it. Like, all right, how many answers do I have? Can I actually beat double Decidueye? Most decks can't. And that's why Decidueye is pretty good right now. Most decks can't handle sometimes even the first Decidueye, let alone the second Decidueye. And we got 2 of them set up, and we're on our way towards a third already. So we'll see. We'll see if our opponents got it. Still a couple prize cards to be taken for them at the very least. I mean, they can take knockouts no matter what, right? They can knock out this. They can do some boss knockouts. I can stop benching stuff as well if I want to. I don't think I'm going to stop yet. Oh, they have Slow King. But the thing with Slow King, though, is we have a big Parasol, so we can't be... poisoned. We can't be poisoned. We prevent all effects of it. Let me read this to make sure. As long as Pokemon is attached, your active spot prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to all of your... Yeah, so we prevent all effects of attacks. So we actually can't be poisoned by the Slow King VMAX. Right? That's how that works. I think that's how that works. Okay, so Big Parasol. So now they need a Tool Scrapper, or they're just going to eventually learn what Big Parasol does and then concede afterwards. Yeah, either they don't know what Big Parasol does, which is also possible. They maybe just don't know. There goes Rowlet. So a little bit sad there to see the Rowlet go, but really not that big of a deal, to be honest. And we can let that Rowlet go. We'll get another one out here with the Capture Energy. We'll probably even play Rosa this turn now that they did take a knockout. We got this Inteleon to set up as well. That down. Capture here. Grab that last Rowlet. Rosa. Grab Sobble. No, we'll grab Decidueye, and I think I just want to grab the Rare Candy, to be honest. And of course, we get the Grass Energy. I do want a Quick Ball for a Sobble, but I don't know what I want to give up here. Probably the Research, because I kind of want to keep the hand. I got that double grass in it and everything. And then, yeah, Splitting Arrow. I guess I'm going to focus down the Weavile here to attempt to take away that utility from them, because I don't know, they could do a lot of work with that. And if they do play Tool Scrapper, I definitely need to knock this thing out eventually, because otherwise they will win through doing poison damage. So another big card for us to utilize in this matchup if they do play Tool Scrapper, to get rid of my Big Parasol. Now, we do play 2 Big Parasol, though. That is another thing. We do play 2 of them. So even if my opponent gets rid of this Parasol, we have another Big Parasol. So we can go get that. Here comes another boss chasing my Rowlet. That's fine. We can go Drizzile and grab ourselves the Ordinary Rod if we want to. We could also just wait. We don't need it right now. And also, they will eventually run out of boss. And actually not even KOing my Rowlet here. No, Burning switches to use Crobat. I was like, okay. All right. No, Burning switches to use Crobat. Get some more draw with the Crobat. And now they're going to get the knockout here. And like I said, I don't know if my opponent knows what Big Parasol does. This will not be the first time. There's another knockout on a Rowlet. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I could go Drizzile for the Rod, but then I'm going to run out of Grass Energy anyways to set up Decidueye, so I might wait for a Decidueye to get knocked out. If a Decidueye gets knocked out, I don't even know if one will. It's also possible one just does not get knocked out. And there's the concede. So double boss, maybe now they read Big Parasol. I don't know. There's the concede as the Drizzile comes down. That's how you do it with Decidueye. All right, here we go again. Won the coin flip. I think we will go. We don't play that many supporters in general, and some of our supporters like Rosa can't even play until we get knocked out. So going first seems to make sense to me. Opening hand is a little sketchy. Don't love it. We'll open the Snorlax, of course, but no Rowlets to throw down. But it's not that big of a deal if our opponent doesn't have that fast of a start themselves. So let's get another thing. How fast does our opponent start? We're up against the Ice Rider. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. Big Parasol should be... Let me read it again. Prevent all effects. Effects of attacks. Okay, so they can attack us with the Inteleon stuff. But we can attack them with, I mean, our Inteleon stuff as well. Play the Incense. and fail it probably. Take a quick look through the deck. Fail it. Big Parasol to the Snorlax. And I'm debating attaching this to the Mew, but I don't really want to lose energy. But I also need to make sure. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go ahead. We need to make sure we can actually like play the game. So that's like should be our priority number one here. So drawing the extra card. We're gonna make our priority here, but it did not get us anywhere closer to. It doesn't look like it got us anywhere closer to the Decidueye, so that's not good. But we'll see what our top deck is. Capture Energy, Quick Ball, Level Ball, a lot of outs. Rowlet itself is also not a bad one. Attach and Gourmandize again. Two this time. We have the Candy Decidueye in hand, and now we've got a Level Ball and a Marnie to work with, so I'm feeling a lot better about our situation. We just have to hope they don't have Boss Knockout on my Rowlet. That would be kind of scary, to be honest. If they have Boss Knockout on our Rowlet, then I'm kind of worried. But if they don't have that, then I think we're going to be okay. I think we'll be okay if they don't have Boss Knockout on my Rowlet. And I really don't want to use another Grass Energy on this Decidueye, but I might have to. But 2-card hand for my opponent, so I feel like they don't have the Boss Knockout, so they have to go for like a Researcher or a Marty or a Melanie. So that means our hand is safe, and we're going to be getting this Decidueye out on the following turn, right where we want to be. So we're in a really nice spot here. Yeah, here comes Ride of the High King. Sure. But yeah, we're set up. This is where we want to be. This is where we want to be here. Feeling good, feeling good. Hopefully top deck can capture energy. That'd be great. Oh, all right. No energy to speak of in general. Now, I could get that Rosa. Take another Grass Energy out of the deck. We don't have a ton of Grass Energy left. That's what I'm scared of. I guess once this Decidueye goes down, which it theoretically will, we can Ordinary Rod the grasses back. And Rosa does guarantee I can attack this turn. And if I play Marnie, I'm not guaranteed to capture. So this seems like the way to go. Even if I don't love it. Rosa. Grab ourselves Grass Energy. And we need a Pokemon here. So probably get the Rowlet. And then for a trainer card, I'll probably get a Level Ball because I just kind of want to set up another Sobble. We could also go double Rowlet here. And then guaranteed have... Oh, I guess we won't guaranteed have candy. So we don't have the candy in hand. So I think going Rowlet and then Sobble here is going to be best. Now, my opponent doesn't... This deck doesn't play a ton of bosses. Because they have the Inteleon and you only need a boss a couple times in most games. Only need a boss a couple times in most games. The deck doesn't play a ton of boss. So... because you can easily find it with the, the Shady Dealings or the Shady Dealings from the next Inteleon. So because you can so easily find the Shady Dealings, find it with Shady Dealings, you don't play a ton of boss. So here, if they take a boss and they're going to use it, that's fine. But then they start to run out of boss. Okay, so they're setting up the Inteleon here. This Aqua Bullet actually does a lot of damage, 120. Actually, I had no idea how much damage that thing did. And we see them take the boss there, so we know that's coming our way. There it is, boss KO on our Rowlet. So this is scary. This is kind of scary, to be honest. Evolution Incense, here comes another Drizzile. And we could kind of take this Drizzile out. But there are 2 energy attachments. How much HP does this thing even have? So if we did 20 more there, 20 less, and I did 20 from this, and then 90 next turn. So we'll KO this on the next turn, but then they could KO us with like anything. But I do have the Malonlana on hand, so we could just kind of sit here, go Inteleon, and then Malonlana into the Mew harder treated after they hit us for 120. I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to hold on to this hand for a little while. Go to the Inteleon, ping this, start to build that up. Grab another Drizzile here as well. Well, I need the cards for the what's it called as well, though. Quick shooting there. Ooh, but now we're short because they have this Mew down. Who plays Mew? What? Maybe I should have boss punched this instead. I could boss KO the Mew, which I like a little bit better, but then I don't KO this on the next turn. I could not Malonlana and try and find... So I could actually... No, I can still Malonlana. So I can do this, grab the Drizzile, put the Drizzile down, and we can find ourselves an Evolution Incense for the following turn, and then I can still go boss KO Mew with the Splitting Arrow. I mean, it doesn't matter where they go. And then this thing I can KO next turn because I'll have double Inteleon to work with. And theoretically, well, it's a Grass Energy. I don't really want to get rid of another Grass Energy. But I could Malonlana away the Grass in the top deck. Or maybe the Marnie in the top deck and keep the Grass. That's also a possibility. And then we KO this Inteleon, full HP Decidueye. Keeping this Decidueye like healthy seems like a good priority, so I'm probably going to prioritize that here because I think I can maybe solo them with just this one Inteleon if I use the Malonlon on it. So I think I'm probably just going to try and prioritize keeping this Decidueye alive, even if it means losing this grass energy. We still have 1 in the deck, and we still have Ordinary Rod to recover 2, which we then have 2 in the discard pile to recover alongside the Rowlet with the Ordinary Rod. So I think we'll be in an okay spot. And then from there on the next turn, we'll Marnie and then kind of go from there. But yeah, we have the KO on the Inteleon, which is huge on this turn. Getting this knockout on this Inteleon. And we get to do the Mew spreads to the other Inteleons to start setting up those to get KO'd by Decidueye, which is also a big deal. So yeah, set up really nice here at this point, though. I think we're in a really good spot. We'll do the 120. They go 220 to our bench. We'll heal all the 120. And let me just make sure 120 HP. So we do 90 plus 40, 130. Okay. Looking good. And then they're 2 turns away from setting up another threat that won't even one-hit KO my Decidueye. So... And they seem to be playing the build. I don't know for sure, but they might. That looks like they're playing the build that doesn't play the sharpshooting as I top deck the Inteleon. All right, so Malonlana literally top decked the sharpshooting, which is fine. I would rather. It's like it works out fine. We just evolve this one like this. Then we retreat. I almost clicked side power there. That would have been bad. Ping here, knock it out. And once again, like I said, they're 2 turns away from attacking with an Inteleon. They could still, of course, go boss knockout with. Then there's the concede. So we take out their 1 threat and we get the dub. Like I said, sometimes you just set up, you attack a couple times, remove their first threat or only threat, and this time was their first threat, but they were not in a good spot to have a follow-up anytime soon. Easy dubs for Decidueye, man. Opponent choosing to go first in this one. We actually could keep calling here, which I think I will do because our hand is pretty rough. So keep calling here is pretty good. We get second out Rowlet. We get out second Rowlet. Keep calling. Get out a bunch of Sobbles. We're up against Eternatus. And then we have the Rosa for the follow-up for the Candy Decidueye. And the question will just be, do they play any answers? The answer is yes. They at least have a Decidueye. Or not a Decidueye. Spiritomb. We're Decidueye. They have a Spiritomb. All right, Rowlet. Capture out another Rowlet. And then keep calling for the squad. We could boss here to make things a little bit annoying for my opponent. But I like the boss to maybe chase the Spiritomb later on. So keep calling, get out the Sobble squad, all of them, the whole squad. Get the whole squad out here. The question becomes, where do we go from here? Our hand is pretty good. It's got a lot of options. So I guess we're just gonna go Rosa for Candy Decidueye. Do I send a Sobble into the active, or do I send up the Decidueye to start walling? The question is how many answers they have and what answers they have. We see the Spiritomb here. We know they play Weavile. I think I'd be comfortable sending up the Rowlet, though. I think I'll be fine with that. And then we can go Drizzile for Level Ball for Drizzile for Level Ball for Drizzile, and then grab probably like a Research at the end, or maybe a Marnie to save my boss. I don't know how much I value the boss, though. So I might go with a Research here. We'll see. We also have this Drizzile, so maybe I could grab a... I don't know. We'll see the Energy Spinner's in there. But the Energy Spinner's not that good either. I don't even know what I'd grab here, to be honest. We'll figure it out. We'll look through the deck. I'm not sure quite what I would grab here. I'm trying to like think through my head. Nothing seems great. Getting a bunch of Drizziles out seems great, so we can start getting up the Inteleon, so we can deal with stuff like this Yveltal, deal with stuff like the Spiritomb, as those things are the threats that can hit my poor Decidueyes. My poor Decidueyes. So that's what we want to deal with first. That's what we're looking at. Maneuvering around here, but we'll see. We top deck. Maybe we get out double Candy Decidueye, then have this to kind of draw the whatever we need on the next turn. So if we top deck a Drizzile or a Decidueye or a Red Candy, we can get out double Candy Decidueye here. That would be great. There's the Decidueye, so now we can use this to get a Candy, this to get Candy Decidueye, this to get a Grass Energy, and then we have this on the next turn. So sounds good to me. Shady Dealings. Search our deck for I almost want to go Level Ball first to get out another Drizzile. To then get Rare Candy. Then to go... Okay, so this makes more sense because then I have access to all my Inteleon until the next turn as well. So you can do this little Drizzile chain here where you just have all your Sobbles and your Drizziles get all your Drizziles, which is really cool. It is a really cool kind of chain you can make work here. Little funky Drizzile chain. And then we go... On the last one, we'll get the Rare Candy. But now we have all of our Drizziles set up to go into our Inteleons. Then we play the Rosa to get out Decidueye and Rare Candy and Grass Energy. And poof, man, this is a clean turn to double Decidueye. Get them out here. We don't have... No, we have pretty much everything. We can't attack this turn, I guess. But, like, that's not that big of a deal when this is our setup, I don't think. And you know what? Go ahead, let's see what you got. See if you can handle turn 2 double Decidueye, triple Drizzile. Yeah, the Drizzile train, whatever you want to call it, doing work here. We are basically fully set up. And we don't have too much to worry about yet. Don't have too much to worry about yet. They got the Yveltal, that can attack us. They got the Spiritomb, that can attack us. Not yet. They need to get to the bench. They need to get energy for it. Here comes a boss, so they're just gonna be picking all my Drizziles off the rip here, but we have a boss ourselves. So what we're gonna do with that, we're gonna take out this Spiritomb. Take out the Spiritomb, and yeah, because that's like the biggest threat here in this matchup. They can hit the hardest. Can't hit that hard, to be honest. And actually, it could, yeah, they could do this. If they do this, we're gonna take it out off the bench. We'll do 20 snipe plus the quick shooting. I would say sharp shooting. Quick shooting. Is there a Drizzile? Is there a Inteleon with sharpshooting? There might be. Maybe that's why I say sharpshooting all the time with Inteleon instead of... It's got the quick shooting, though. It doesn't have sharpshooting. It's got the quick shooting. I think there is one with sharpshooting. I don't remember, though. Anyways, we're going to take out the Spiritomb, set up the Yveltal, win the game. Let's get it. Top deck is a scoop up net. All right, so we're going to go like this. We're going to get the energy. The energy spinner. This is why energy spinner is so good. This one specifically, it feels like it's super good. And then maybe a Marnie. I don't really want to... I'm not gonna boss. I could boss punch the Yveltal, but that's kind of irrelevant. And they have a pretty big hand, so I think this is pretty good. save the net as well in case we want that for later. I don't really want to use it right now, although I wouldn't mind excuse me, resetting this Inteleon right now. I would not mind resetting this Inteleon. There we go, and then Marnie. Because I could have also gotten like a Rosa or something there and then got like a down another Rowlets. But this isn't bad either. This is pretty good too. Yeah, I just gotta remember. I gotta remember to quick shooting that Spiritomb, not sharp, quick. Rowlets and splitting arrow. We don't know for sure that this is all their answers, so we still want to be a little bit aggressive about setting up Decidueyes. I mean, they're down what, one boss as well, so they can go boss for 3 prize cards. But even then, they don't win the game. And I have a scuba net, so I can reduce that by 1 prize card that they can potentially draw, right? So they're like, we have to see. It doesn't look like they have many more outs here. One thing I do kind of want to play around though is the Dark Moon GX of I forget the name of the card. You guys know who I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. Dark Moon GX. So we want to get out that big Parasol. So I'm gonna go level ball. Evolve here. Although at this point, maybe we can just go like triple candy Decidueye. So I can go like Rosa, play Rosa, grab, I mean Decidueye, candy, grass. And then, yeah, if we have this many Decidueyes out, I don't think they can win. So candy Decidueye. I could leave this in play, but I could also net it so it can't get bossed. And I think I am going to net it so it can't get bossed. So net that. Capture, fail, and then splitting arrow. Hit this and this. I mean, hitting this again doesn't really do a whole ton, but I think I may as well hit it still. We didn't get the big Parasol, so we can't prevent effects of attacks, but I don't think it really matters when we're in a position like this. I think we're in a really good spot, and there's nothing my opponent can't do about it. Here comes a Marnie. Yeah, we got this out of play, so they can't get a prize card there. Theoretically, could have gone like prize card there with Boss, Dark Moon, something else. I don't have the Parasol yet, even though I could get into play. I mean, I can still get it into play. I just don't have it in play yet. Yveltal is set up, but we're not worried about Yveltal. Here's the switch. It's only going to hit us for 60, and then we do just take it out. What does this thing do? This thing does 30 with Slash. Very cute. Not going to cut it, though, I don't think. I'm going to get rid of this one. Quick ball before we Marnie. And I'll send this to the bottom of the deck with the Marnie. And we're looking for energy here. That's really all we're looking for. If they do have a way to KO 2 more Decidueyes, just need to make sure we keep attacking, and we'll be all good. Big Parasol. Throw it there. I want to hold this energy almost. I could attach it here, I guess. Because I don't want one of these to get boss stalled while I like, slowly KO it. That's like another thing I'm worried about. But we have a research in hand, so I'm not too worried about that happening. But it is like a possibility. And then splitting arrow. And we're just going to go ahead and hit this. And I think continue. Well, they don't have... They lost their second Weavile. So I don't think they probably don't play a third Weavile. They could play a 3-3. But this Sneasel might just be toast. if I just keep hitting it. So got the grass off the prize card. So either of these Decidueyes can attack, even if my opponent tries to boss it, because they could like boss it and then start using slash for 30, right? And if we get stuck in the active, I mean, they will theoretically win the game eventually, right? So splitting the energy like this means if they boss one, I could have researched next turn, found an energy, attached it to either. And if it's like I got a second capture, I can just hard retreat. If it's a grass, I can attack, so on and so forth, right? We've got the big parasols, so no poison damage from the Venomous Fangs, which is what my opponent has set up here as their current answer. So they can Venomous Fangs all they want. It won't do anything. Here comes a Goon, a little bit of extra damage there. But yeah, big parasol stops all these kind of shenanigans that our opponent can try and make work. It shuts them all down. It shuts them all down. Can't do it. I mean, they can try and do it. It just won't do anything. And there's Venomous Fang for nothing. And here we go. We got the Kaylin and Cynthia. Gonna draw some more cards. Get rid of this Mew. Maybe keeping Mew was correct there, to be honest. Because I could use side power at some point, maybe, to like just put a bunch of damage out there. Fail. And splitting arrow once again here and here. Because like I said, I think the Sneasel is going to go down. I think it's going to go down. I don't think they play a 3-3 weave out. Maybe a 3-2 I could see. A 3-3 is a little bit of a stretch, though. I'm going to go ahead and call that they don't play it. And then we can actually boss this up next turn. Punch this harder. I mean, if they give us the Crobat, no, we'll probably boss this up next turn. Boss up the Eternatus, punch it. We can also save the boss as well. We could use Erica's. Well, we can't Erica's next turn. We need what? 4 if you have 4 or fewer. Okay, so we can't use that yet. Run to, they got the surprise attack though. Look out. So we definitely want to KO the Zigzagoon. This guy's actually a threat. Believe it or not, Zigzagoon is a threat here. I'm gonna Marnie. I do want to try and find Mal and Lana, so I think I will Marnie here to try and find that. But yeah, Zigzagoon is a threat. I think if I kept the boss though, I could have won in 2 turns on that. Maybe I should have just waited. Thinking a little bit too far ahead, maybe. Throw that down there. Putting arrow here and here. I may as well potentially be able to draw a prize card off the Sneasel just to get something off the prize cards. Also, I mean, actually with boss now, I could have gone KO Crow. Well, boss, I could have gone boss KO Crobat, KO Sneasel. So I should have just held the boss hand, to be honest. I had 2 attacking Decidueye, so like there's no way I lose. Here comes that slash for the slash for 30. Look out. I probably should have shuffled the deck last turn as well then with Evolution Incense, so that way I could actually get the boss. At this point, I could bench a Sobble to try and Drizzile it out of the deck as well. I could go for that. Here comes the slash for 30. If they have another Goon, which they probably do play, yeah, there it is, second Goon. They're gonna get a prize card here. All right, still in it, I guess. Here comes the slash for the knockout. Yeah, I should have kept the boss, right? Should have kept the boss around. All right, well, I didn't. I should shuffle the deck so it would be like at the top. Well, there's a research. Now we can thin out the deck a little bit. Grab this and capture here just in case I want to retreat it. Or if I Malon to the bench, I'd want to retreat this one, I guess. So capture there. Fail. Research. Just don't want to get you know, any shenanigans happen. Like I said, Dark Moon is still a possibility, possibly. So take that. Malon is on the bottom half. Putting arrow, knockout. I'm just gonna ping here still, but boss on Crobat wins us the game. I guess ping the Goon as well, because the Goon is the next closest thing to get knocked out. If they attack with like, I mean, I assume they're attacking with Zigzagoon again here. I can't imagine what else they would attack with. We have a big Parasol on this one now, so the Venomous Fang still not doing anything. We have the boss for next turn. I mean, maybe they deck us out somehow. I don't think so. Like I said, Dark Moon. I mean, Dark Moon was a possibility, not really anymore because they only have 2 energy in play. So here comes the Venomous Fang. Well, we can hard retreat. We can attach. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack. They got 90 HP left. The splitting arrow is gonna do them in here, and there we go. A splitting arrow to clean this one up. Another dub with Decidueye. 3 easy dubs in a row. That's what Decidueye is all about. Sometimes it gets a little bit closer, and those can be the really interesting games. Like the one against the Ice Rider could have been a little bit closer if they'd set up a little bit better, but nope. 3 dubs. See you guys tomorrow.